No stranger to the show, returning to talk about that well-deserved win by the Irish, Leo Molinelli of Corriere Canadese. Leo, welcome.
Hi, Anthony. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure is mine. Leo, let's talk about it. Let's give the credit where credit is due. The Irish came to play today from the beginning to the end. They showed passion, desire. They had more of the chances. What I didn't like were the comments by Antonio Conte after the game. We didn't deserve to lose. And that to me sticks in my stomach, like the comments that Ronaldo made about Iceland celebrating like they won the World Cup. Mr. Conte should have kept his mouth shut and just should have given credit to Ireland, and that's it. Your thoughts, Leo?
But first of all, I think that, there was a team that was playing for qualifying to the next round, and another one that was playing with all the benchers, or almost all the benchers, because it was already qualified and was already thinking to Spain. I guess that today Ireland obviously deserved to win, and I don't think there is no doubt about it. But I also think that Conte has to say that thing because he has to protect his player. The risk after today is that people start thinking that there is one Italy with the first 11 players and the other one that is not good enough, and that could bring some contrast in the locker room, and he doesn't want that.
I don't understand for the life of me, Leo, why he played Bonucci and Bargiali. Bonucci especially. Here, the guy is got to be playing on pins and needles because if he gets another card today, ciao. Bargiali is not at 100%. He's got a lot of mileage on him with all the games he's played with Juve, as does Bonucci. Why would you start these two guys? Even if the game meant nothing, why would you take a chance and start these two guys, Leo?
This is something that in Italy was discussed as well, mainly for Bonucci because he had already a yellow card and it was risky to make him play because next game is against Spain, then there could be like Germany and that maybe France. So obviously you need to protect this player. But I think that Bonucci is the only player that is able to create play, and he doesn't want to take it on the bench because he knows that otherwise the team is really missing some skills.
You know, I spoke to a coach, an assistant coach in Italy after the game today, and we were discussing the game in a whole. And one thing that left a real impression on me, and I for the life of me, don't understand why he didn't get a chance in either the Belgium game or even the Sweden game, that's Insigne. Here's a guy that when he came out there today, you saw a lot of spark. If I'm not mistaken, he had a crossbar or he had a post and he's tried to set up a couple others. This is a guy that I would seriously think about trying to start, or at least at halftime bringing him in, Leo. Your thoughts?
I think there's a reason that Conte cannot really stand him. There was a problem in October, I guess, when he was called up in the national team. He has a really little injury, so he asked for come back to Naples. He didn't play with the national team, but the Sunday he played as his best against Fiorentina. He scored. So Conte didn't like him, didn't like this attitude.
Then why did he call him up to this national team in Euro?
Because he was the best Italian player this season, probably, and he had to give something to the press, I guess, and also because he's the most skilled player that you can have. And you see today that also in 10 minutes he was able to create goals, occasions, and stuff. So it's obviously something that.
Yeah, but then, Leo, I hate to stop you, but this is where all the politics and all the garbage bugs me about Italian soccer. He's the best. He was one of the best players in Italian soccer this year. He was creative. He's a goal scorer. He came in, as you said, in the 10, 15 minutes, and he was all over hitting a crossbar. And because Conte's got an issue with him, he doesn't want to start him, and he still calls him up. This is why, Leo, honestly, Leo, I would actually love to have a foreign coach the national team. We know Ventura's coaching it, but I would have loved to have a foreign coach the Italian team, to have different eyes, different ears, different vision.
I don't agree with the foreign coach, but I think that this issue is with. I mean, Conte is a kind of person and a kind of coach that as main focus is on the discipline and the attitude of the players. He prefers like 11 Paduin than 11 Insigne, and you can like or not, and I personally doesn't like that way, but he has this vision, and so I also think that in the way that he plays with the 3-5-2, Insigne doesn't fit very good because he likes to play wide on the left. He's not a forward, a real forward, so he's also difficult to make him fit in the team, and that's another reason. But I think that the main reason is that he likes people that is calm, that respect the hierarchy, and that doesn't like to be weird. Let's say this word.
You know what else I came away from the game today is this, Leo. You better hope that Gigi Buffon can play to the next World Cup and beyond, because Sirigu again did not look good. Whether this game meant nothing to the rest of the squad or not, every time I've seen him and he's had to step in for Gigi, he has looked nervous, he's looked unsure, he's looked confused, and they better hope that Donnarumma of Milan continues to progress, because he's the next Gigi Buffon in my mind, or else Sirigu is not the guy to lead this nation ahead.
Yeah, to be fair, we need to say that it's not easy to be the replacement of Buffon. I mean, he's probably one of the best goalkeeper ever in the history of soccer. So it's not easy to play after him or to be his second. I agree with Donnarumma, but I think that Sirigu is a good keeper. He has a lot of experience. He played a lot in PSG, and of course it's not easy to play like one game and stop, and also one game that doesn't count very much for your team.
Another guy that I thought today is going to be a key versus Spain coming up could be Darmian. I know that he didn't have a good first game and he was a bit shaky. Some of his passes were unbelievably misplaced, and I understand that. But I like this guy, and this guy has a lot of experience playing in a top league in the world, and I think he could be a guy that's going to cause Spain a lot of problems. Having said that, this is an unbelievable challenge that Conte and Italy have in front of them, and I believe it's time to slay the giant. We know from the last Euro what happened. We know in World Cups past what's happened. And you know what's funny also is that they're going to be playing Spain in World Cup qualifying for Russia, if I'm not mistaken, in September, October. So this is going to be a very important matchup for them to get in the minds of Spain to say, hey, enough is enough. It's time to take care of business to beat you once and for all. Your thoughts, Leo?
Okay, I think that Spain is the worst team possible for Italy now, because they are still one of the best team in the world. I also think that we lost too much against Spain in the last few years. The last time that we won was in '94, the World Cup in US. Let's say that in the same tournament we lost 1-0 to Ireland, so that could be maybe a good sign, maybe good luck, because we won 2-1 the tournament. Now we miss Baggio, and that could be a problem. But it's true that having them as adversaries in the World Cup qualification is gonna be a problem also for the World Cup. But if there's a moment that Spain can go down, is this one. But so far, if I have to put some money on somebody, I put some money on Spain.
Leo, just before we let you go, let's get off the Italy page. We'll talk about that next week. They're taking on Spain Monday, correct, Leo? Monday at
12.
What time?
12.
12 o'clock. Yeah, I thought it was the 3 o'clock. No, but it's 12 o'clock. So Monday at 12 o'clock, Italy versus Spain. It's a huge matchup. Portugal also against Croatia. That's a huge matchup as well. But I got to get your thoughts, Leo, on this beautiful story of Iceland. I mean, it's an unbelievable story. it just brings tears to your eyes for the beautiful people of Iceland. We saw Ireland today, how beautiful those people are. This is what unites us in the game we love so much, Leo. Not the politics, not the money, not the garbage, not everything else, the fans fighting the Russian and English fans. It's beautiful stories like this, Leo. You come from a soccer-crazed country in Italy. You're born there. Talk about how beautiful it is to see something like this happen.
The Cinderella stories are one of the reasons why people love soccer. I mean, there's a few stories like this one, but I mean, I think they are really the surprise in this Euro. They are quite a good team because they are strong. They are really hard to face. And I don't know if you have seen that, but there is on the web. There's a video of is like 2 minutes long, with the guy that is the journalist that is talking about the game when they scored.
Oh, we played that, Leo. We played that at the beginning of the show. It's unbelievable, Leo. It's unbelievable.
That's amazing. I mean, that's the core of the football, in my opinion. When you have a story like that with the supporters crying, that I mean, you kill the giant. That's why the people love soccer.
Well, I'll promise you this, Leo. That's absolutely. I promise you this, Leo, and I'll say it right here live. If Canada were ever to play in a type of game like that to get them into a World Cup or win a game in a World Cup, I will do the same. I will cry. I will laugh, all in describing a goal that Canada scored, because listening to him, Leo, it was priceless. And the fans that were crying in the stands. And not only that, Leo, quickly as we let you go, look at Albania. I mean, you know, look at these small nations. Northern Ireland. I mean, these are beautiful stories, Leo.
No, but this tournament is plenty of beautiful stories. There's Wales too. That is another wonderful story, and there's Slovakia, and I mean it's a really interesting tournament. The only bad thing, in my opinion, is that the quarterfinals and the round of 16 is really unbalanced, and because of that, we are not going to have a really nice final match against, I don't know, like Spain or France, but we're going to have one strong and heritage team and another surprise, because in the.
But that's nice, Leo. That's nice. Why do we always have to watch Spain and Italy, or Germany and Italy, or whoever, Brazil? Let's have, like you said, a heritage nation, one of the the strong nations like a Spain or a Germany or an Italy, versus who knows, maybe an Iceland.
Yeah, no, could be. At this point, I think that like Croatia and Poland could be so far the most favorable underdog that could make it to the final.
Watching this Croatia, Leo, I tell you, I've spoken.
This is good.
It's an unbelievable side, this Croatian side. But I've said this to people in the past. Can you imagine if Yugoslavia was still together today?
No, Yugoslavia would be, is
a powerhouse.
Brazil.
Yeah,
European Brazil.
Absolutely, Leo. And I think by now, if Yugoslavia was still all together, they would have won a World Cup, maybe 1 or 2 Euros guaranteed. This Croatian side, you think of Serbia. I mean, these are wonderful players, technically, tactically. And I just said to myself, can you imagine if Yugoslavia was still all together?
Think about Montenegro with Jovetic, or Bosnia with Pjanic and Dzeko, and Slovenia with Andanovic. You would have maybe a Germany kind of team.
Absolutely. Leo, listen, thank you so much for making time. Let's sit back, put our seatbelts on. It's Spain and Italy, but it's going to be fun. Why not play Spain right off the top, just like Portugal, right? Why not play Croatia right off the top? If you're good enough, then you go up against the biggest and the best, and you prove your point. And then I'll tell you this, Leo, if he gets by Spain, to me, then all bets are off. I'll give him credit, because taking care of business against Spain, and even if you lose against Germany and France, it doesn't matter, because I think they've accomplished what they wanted to, is to get the respect back to Italy.